Warren, this is the one of your mesh bags for the dip net. I've sent some pictures along with this. You can see we've already marked the quarters on this bag opposite the seam. We have marks at every quarter, so this will help you divide it evenly around your frame. This frame is like a 2-foot circle. It's smaller than yours, but it will serve as an example to show you how to put it on. So you tack the bag out on your frame in the quarters. First we would start with the seam here at the handle, and then there's a blue mark on the opposite side. Put that sort of opposite in the middle, and then on each of the opposite sides you tack them in. And after you've tacked those in, then you can tack what we call the bag in between. That's the slack sections in between. You can tack the middles of each of those, and you can even tack the quarters in between each of those, whatever you like, to divide the bag, is what we call it, out evenly. And for this we would sew the mesh 3 meshes down, sew the bag on it, so that all 3 of these would have to tear out before it could ever come loose. So also, if you've tacked it in at 3 meshes down and you don't like how it looks depth wise, you could tack it a few more meshes deeper to pull it higher up. And if you could live with that, you could trim it down the top edge of it, or you can just leave it bagged into the seam. Anyways, we're going to start you with a net needle. We're going to accompany these with a package, and this is a Norwegian net needle. The end of it, the tip of it is split. Well, there's a hole to attach to, but the far end of it is split. This is just a little yeah, there. So this is just loose, sort of loose plastic. So Ginger here, she's going to show you how to attach it. So the twine goes through this hole, and we come around and we kind of make a double granny knot in here, which becomes a surgeon's knot. And just pull that little tail, pull it nice and tight, and now you start wrapping the twine around the needle. And here, that little click is where it goes through, and it just splits the tip there. And you just keep wrapping that up until it's full, and then you can trim it off, and then you got a full needle. These needles are pretty big, and you could fill it pretty big yourself, so that it'll still go through this big openings in this mesh. So we would tie off with what we call it's a clove hitch.